Hey guys, Garney here. How you doing today? You know what? I've got a two-part series, or I may make this a three-part series, but I really want to just help you guys who've been asking me, Garney, what are you doing? In the last 6 months, you've lost 60 pounds. So what are you doing? And so this video is for y'all. So thanks for sticking around. So first and foremost, let me give you some background on the why. So this video is going to be in why and what, and the next one is going to be how. So the why. Why am I doing this? Well, let me take you back to June of 2017. I went to El Salvador on a mission trip, which I really enjoyed. And I'm looking forward to going back there, but when I came back, it was my first Central America mission trip. When I came back, I started having these headaches. I was seeing stars. My palpitations, arms were numb. Yeah. Some of you guys know what that is a sign of. And it's not me. I kind of sat around, and my wife basically, and I love my bride, thank you, Jean, she kicked me out of the house and said, go see the doctor. Well, guess what I did? I went to go see my doctor. And he basically looked at me, and I was 283 pounds. I'm 5'11", which means I am obese, big time. And he said, wow, your blood pressure's through the roof. No wonder you have headaches and seeing stars. No wonder you're and my blood work, oh my A1Cs were through the roof. Not good, guys. It was just, I got a prize though. I won a prize. Yeah, my doctor says, congratulations, you are now a type 2 diabetic. Yeah. And I said, okay, well, yeah, you got pills for that, right? He goes, no, I'm going to put you on the needle. No. Hey, no. He goes, well, you have a choice. Continue down the path you're on, and I'm going to have to put you on the needle, or you lose some weight. Okay, now let me give you some additional background. Now, he and I have seen me to go through, a paleo diet, ideal protein, Weight Watcher, all these different type of diets. Now, let me preface, they all worked. I lost weight, but I couldn't maintain it. They're either too expensive. Ideal protein, for example, was expensive. They were too restrictive. Yeah. And they were boring as whatnot. And I decided that wasn't for me. So when my doctor says, you know what, I've been reading this book. He was on a honeymoon, and he was reading this book by a gentleman named Dr. Jason Fung. And he basically said, you need to try this. And I'm like, sure, what is it? What can I do? He goes, it's real interesting. It's radical for me. But you know what? What the heck? Why don't you try it? Now, of course, he did some research before he just gave me the book and says, do it. But it was the complete guide to fasting. And when he told me about it, I'm like, whoa, doc, hold on. Fasting. Fasting? That means not eating. You see, doc, I live to eat. I love food. I love great food. I love hanging out with food. Dude, food. And he goes, yeah, you show it. So let me get to the chase. I started reading this book. I said, I got to try something different. And it inspired me. He had so many great stories of people who are no longer type 2 diabetic, who lost massive amounts of weight, who've now come off their medications, who are living great lives because of the advice of this book. Now, let me stop there and preface this and give I am not a doctor. I don't work in the medical field. These are all my findings and all my opinions. I am not telling you have to do this. It is just sharing information, and it is up to you if you're going to make the right decision for yourself. I always recommend that anybody I talk to, that you talk to your doctor first before you start any program, especially something like keto and fasting. So let me get back to the point. Fasting. Well, what does that mean? Let me throw a question. Are you fasting today? You know what? A lot of you are fasting and you don't know it. That's right. You sleep, right? Have you ever slept in on the weekend? Have you ever slept 6, 7, 8 hours a night? Yeah, are you eating during that time period? No, you're fasting. That's simple. Fasting means you're not eating. And so when the doctor said, I want you to read a book about fasting, I initially goes, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, when I was Catholic, we fasted during Lent and all that good stuff. And, no. And he goes, just read the book. What I found out was I had to evaluate my eating patterns. I was eating breakfast in the morning. I was eating a snack in the morning, like getting a latte with a scone. I would get lunch. I would go in the afternoon, get another fix of coffee, maybe this time a half a bagel or another bagel or something like that. And then the evening had a good dinner. And then I would have a light snack at night. Yeah, I need something sweet to go to bed with, right? 5 to 6 meals a day, guys. Now you're like, okay, Garnet, what's that got to do with it? Did you know your body produces insulin every time you eat? And so what's the purpose of insulin? Insulin has 2 jobs. Number 1 is to shove energy into your cells so your cells can function. And the second part is if it's done shoving energy into your cells, it takes the leftover energy and store it as fat. That's right. Type 2 diabetes, some of it. Now there's a whole lot of technical terms, but I was insulin sensitive, which means my cells were rejecting the insulin. They were already saying, I got enough energy, Mr. Insulin. I don't need any more. Mr. Insulin goes, okay, where am I going to put this energy? Ooh, I'm going to put it in fat. And that's what happened to me. I grew and grew and grew. And every time I ate, my cells were like, I'm full. I don't need any more. And the insulin goes, oh, I've got to put this somewhere. And it shoved it in fat. So guys, that's how I became a type 2 diabetic. My A1Cs, my blood tests and everything shows like it was gone crazy. But since then, at 283 pounds, today, 263 pounds. That's right, 60 pounds, 6 months. This is the end of January. For 6 months, I was fasting and I changed my eating pattern. So let me tell you how I did that. Fasting specifically is to limit when I eat. So no more snacking, no more mid-mornings, no more mid-afternoons, no late nights. So I just ate 3 meals a day, right? And I know I'm getting into the house, but I'm just giving you an idea. Have you ever skipped breakfast? Yeah. Have you ever skipped lunch because you were so busy? Yeah. Well, guess what? That's what happens. If you can control how much you eat and when you eat, then you allow your body to recover because digestion is a very taxing job for the body. And so what I was doing is changing the way my body works. So instead of eating breakfast in the morning, I trained myself 3 square meals a day. Then I only had 2 square meals a day. So now I'm only doing, and I'm still doing this, only eating 2 meals a day. And that is from noon to 6. And that's it. I get all my calories between noon to 6. And I'm giving my body a chance to recover for 18 hours. It's a wonderful thing. Now, let me talk about this other thing called ketosis. Now, a lot of people think this is a fad diet, right, Garney? Well, and a lot of people say, hey, it could be Atkins. Well, yeah, but let's break it down here. What basically you're doing is you're converting your body from being carbohydrates and sugar-based energy into turning fat into energy. You're breaking down fat to become energy. When you break down fat to become energy, it's called ketones, all right? So when you eat carbs and sugars, it becomes the glycines, the triglycerides, and all that good stuff that gets fed into your body. Well, what you're doing is if you stop eating those things and stop producing those things, and you focus on just dietary fat, you're going to train your body to be fat adaptive, which means your body goes, I need energy. Where am I going to get that from? Well, your wonderful body already knows that, hey, if you got fat storage, I'm going to use that as energy. And so Mr. Insulin goes, hey, look, I got fat. Let me convert that to energy for your cells now. That's what I'm doing. I trained my body to be fat adaptive, which means it is now a fat burning machine. So when I cut back on my dietary fats, that means my body has to eat something, right? Yeah, it's going to eat this stuff here, right, guys? So to share some love with you on that, I started off with size 46. Today I am size 38, 6 months later. I used to wear 2XL, XL, yeah, pretty bad, right? Now, this is one of my favorite shirts. I stole this from my son a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, Google Fiber. Thank you, Google Fiber. It's a large. That's right, it's a large. I'm ecstatic, guys. I've got to buy new clothes. I have to wear smaller things. I'm not as hungry as I used to be. I have more energy because when your body starts converting fat into ketones per gram, ketones have 2.5 times more energy than sugars. So that means I have now put more energy into my body, which has been stored up in here, and taught my body to do that. And oh, by the way, your brain, when it has 2.5 times more energy, you're basically putting high octane into your mind. You have clarity of thought. Guys, I have more energy. I think clearly. I get great sleep. I tell you, when my head hits the pillow, I am out until I need to wake up. Guys, I sleep throughout the night, not like I used to. And guys, my quality of life has increased because of it. Now you're asking, okay, Garney, what about your blood levels and what about this and your cholesterols and all that good stuff? You know, I'll get to that later. So I'll talk about that in the how video. But I just wanted to share with you, if you're interested down this path, there's some information down below with the links that share some of the places and the people I watch and follow on YouTube, plus the link to the book on Amazon. Now, I'm not getting paid for any of those things. This is just free information I'm giving to you because I made a healthy choice. My doctor loves where I'm at right now, and I feel great. And oh, by the way, I think I look great. Anyway, guys, thanks again. I'm going to produce another video on how I'm doing this, the tools, the techniques, and some of the foods and things like that. From there, we'll talk to you real soon. Love you lots, man. Peace.